Hi, everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. For those of you who are new, my name is Chanel. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to read for all of you again. Your fire sign twin flame readings for the month of February are up. I will put the link in the description box. And if you need a personal reading, 1 and 2 question readings are on sale. That link is also in the description box. So Sagittarius, we're taking a look at your love life for the month of February. As I was shuffling, this star energy came out. So it seems as though that's a message for you. It looks as though you're trying to heal, but I also see you thinking about healing a situation with someone else. It feels like you had a choice, Sagittarius, between two people. And what I'm seeing here is either you did nothing and then it didn't go the way you wanted, or you made the wrong choice, but it's not until after you made the decision that you started to see that you pushed the wrong person away. So I am not sure who those people are. It's not giving me information about that. I'm just seeing you, so you may be alone at this time. There's King of Swords reversed. So you could have decided not to continue on with an air sign. Because you were trying to work things out with someone else. But I feel like with what I'm seeing at the bottom of your deck, you didn't, I don't feel like you did I don't feel like you went with the decision that was in alignment with where you wanted to be or what you wanted in your life. I feel like you went with what you've always done or what felt safe or practical at the time. Okay. As I'm looking into your energy now, I feel like you're kind of disconnecting from the world. It seems as though it's like you're looking at all of the work that you put into trying to maintain whatever this was that you chose to pay attention to, and you're kind of counting your losses. It feels like to me that you were looking for someone that would really be what you needed, but you were also willing to be what that person needed as well. I feel like, unfortunately, whoever it is that you ended up trying so hard to work on things with, this is showing me that this person kept everything you gave them. And they didn't seem like they gave anything back to you. It's like they left you at a deficit. Okay. It feels like to me, you're kind of just biding your time right now. For some of you, you've just like pulled back from everybody, like whatever that situation was that it seemed like you were kind of working on. I feel like now you're just being very selective about how much you give to that person or any new person. You're starting to really think about your future and all of the options that are available to you. But what I really like about this is I feel like you're starting to think about what would truly make you happy. Whereas it feels like in the past when I read for you guys, you're very self-sacrificing. You know what I mean? And so you put other people first, or it's like, if you had 2 partners, for example, that you could choose between, you're going to go with the partner that's like financially unstable, right? Or the person that needs help versus the person that's fine on their own. Because to you, it's like, well, this person needs me more than you do, so I'm going to stay here. You get what I'm saying? Whereas now it feels like you're starting to think like, wow, what if I dated somebody that showed up for me the way that I show up for them, right? What would my life be like? What kind of responsibilities would I have versus having all these responsibilities that are not mine? You know what I mean? Like for some of you, you've dated people with children because maybe you didn't have a parent growing up, and so you're like, man, I know what it's like to not have a mom, or I know what it's like to not have a dad. I'm going to show up for this kid and I'm going to date this person, right? Versus like, damn, I don't even have kids. Maybe I don't want to date somebody with kids. Maybe I want to date somebody single. It's not my job to save the world. And so I feel like what's cool about this is maybe as you're looking back, you're looking at opportunities that you passed up on, but you're also putting yourself in a position where it's like, other people's problems are not your problem. And I know that sounds kind of mean, but for you Sagittariuses, you have a real tendency to like be the hero in other people's lives, whether they show up for you, whether they show up for themselves, right? You just will keep fighting and keep holding on and hoping that eventually your Four of Pentacles is going to turn into the Seven of Pentacles, right? If you just invest in people enough for them to see their worth. But I feel like you're getting into a space where it's like, no, I need to see my own value. I need to see my own worth. Like, how have I been wasting my own time on people that don't want to help themselves? And how have I been pushing away opportunities to be with people that could actually like reciprocate? You know what I mean? So I feel like in regards to love, you're waiting to do anything, but there's also something in your heart space that I feel like you're returning to. In your mind, you're kind of playing with the ideas of like the what ifs. You know, what if I were to go back to the other option that perhaps I didn't choose? What would my life be like now? You know, and that's not necessarily you even going back to that person physically, but in your mind, right? You're thinking like, okay, if I would have spent the last 4 to 7 months with that person, would I be happier than I am now, right? So let's take a look, because I'm trying to figure out, yeah, you know, I feel like for you, you're on the cusp of a very big change, but that would require you to kind of restructure your whole personality, right? Because your personality is like the hero, you know, you go help everybody that's in need, right? But I feel like you're kind of turning your face towards this moon energy of like, how am I using that persona to distract myself from what I deserve, right? And what is it that I'm feeling that makes me push away people and situations in my life that would be beneficial to me and move towards situations where it's like, I'm not a priority in my own life, right? I feel like you're very confused at this time because as you're thinking about all these things, and it's really based on your environment, you know, maybe some of you are in situations where things never change, right? People never change. Like no matter how hard you try, you feel like people just keep doing the same stuff over and over, right? So it's like, what's the point? What's the point of sacrificing or putting my life on hold, right? For people that aren't going to get their lives together. You get what I'm saying? So the thing is, because of your environment, and what you're seeing around you, it's starting to really turn you off, right? It's starting to make you go within because it's almost like maybe wherever you are, you can't just get up and leave, you know, or you don't know the right thing to do to change it. So it's almost like you're escaping in your mind. But what I'll say is that as you're starting to explore the possibilities of happiness or what that looks like, you're realizing kind of the beliefs that I feel like you've had in the past about what happiness is. And then because of that, you're starting to feel some really hidden emotions that perhaps you were not aware of, or perhaps you just never allowed yourself to feel because it wasn't good for everybody involved, right? You know, it kind of feels like you're exploring kind of the deeper parts of yourself that perhaps you've had to put on the back burner because you were focused on what everybody else needed you to be versus thinking like, man, what do I want? Right? What makes me smile? You know? I like that. But what I also like is I feel like you're getting to the bottom of why you make everyone else a priority, right? Why you neglect yourself the way that you have and trying to kind of understand yourself better, okay? It seems like you're experiencing some disappointment right now, but this to me feels like you're looking at that as the catalyst to find happiness. There's something that you did, Sagittarius, and I'm not sure what it is, but it's almost like you kind of set a trap or you had a plan where it's like, if I do this, I'm going to see what the reaction is from this person. And if they don't do what I would hope they would do, I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm just going to leave. Okay. So there's something you did that was very strategic, but it was almost like you wanted to be able to compare this person's reaction to either the other person that you left for this person, what they would have done in that situation, or you wanted to compare this person's reaction to who you think you want to be with, like your ideal partner. So it looks like you've set some sort of like plan in motion, and unfortunately you didn't get the reaction from this person that you were hoping for. So it was like, wow, either you're looking at it like my option A that I didn't go with would have never done that to me, or the person that I could see myself spending the rest of my life with, my ideal mate, would never do that to me. Okay. Something happened here where I feel like however this person you're dealing with handled the situation is something that's turned you off so much that it's almost like you're just going within at this time. You know what I mean? Like, I also feel like there's a possibility of someone putting themselves in a situation that they've been in over and over, and you're not rescuing this person this time. Okay. It seems like you're leaving this person to their own devices. And then that's also kind of showing you that either this person could have always helped themselves because they'll figure it out by themselves, but they chose not to as a way of keeping you there so they could be dependent on you and just put their hands up in the air. Or it's going to show you how much you really do for this person just as a whole. Okay. Looking into this, I feel like you are going to leave, and maybe you're not physically packing your bags if this is somebody that you live with, but emotionally you're completely checked out. Like you're checking out from this, because it's just like one disappointment after another. And it feels like you've been lying to yourself, right, about the potential of this situation, or, you've been lying to yourself about whoever this is, that they're going to magically become what you deserve, right? It's kind of the energy of like, maybe people in the past have told you deserve better, but you didn't feel like you deserve better. So you were okay with this, because this person did serve a purpose, right? They needed you and that made you feel good. Whereas now it's like, what the hell have I been thinking? That this is such a turnoff. Oh, this is such a turnoff for me. So let's take a look at February, what's coming towards you in your love life. All right, so I feel as though you're still kind of in this dreamy state because this is not something to be taken lightly. This is not the kind of thing where it's like, I'm just walking away from this person. It's more like I'm walking away from a huge part of myself, from everything that I believed, from everything that I thought I was. I'm walking away from like my mission statement, right? I'm restructuring my entire being based on what I've seen up until this point. So I feel like in regards to the month of February, you may find that you want to be alone. You might start ignoring people is what this looks like to me. It almost looks like you very abruptly leave a situation without any kind of explanation. And it seems very impulsive, but it's actually something that you've been thinking about doing for quite a while. Because I feel like you're angry and I feel like you're fed up. This Seven of Cups, I'm going to clarify this because I feel like this is you thinking about all of the things that are available to you, but also feeling very overburdened by your current situation and realizing that you need to make a change. And I don't feel like you know exactly what to tell the people involved or the person involved because you don't really know what to tell yourself at this time, right? You're still kind of trying to figure it all out. So it could be that you just very abruptly stop communicating with somebody. Let's get some of these. Yeah, somebody did something stupid, but the thing is, I don't even think you're surprised when you find this out, because this person has done this to you before, I feel like, or because you already kind of knew like that's this person's character. Let's find out more about the Seven of Cups. Wow, you got Nine of Wands again and the World again. It could be that you just keep investing in somebody and this person is either like a serial cheater or they have a tendency of like pretending like they don't know what they want all the time, or like they're so confused that they need you to do everything for them. This could also be somebody that's like, with the Moon and the Seven of Cups, an addict, and you're tired of carrying the weight of their addiction, Let's find out more about the Nine of Wands. Yeah, really thinking about what would life be like if you weren't carrying the burden of this situation, feeling as though you need to, it's almost like you wish you had a reset button so that you could make a different choice than what you've made now, you know? I feel like for your Knight of Swords in the reverse, you're going to exit the situation very, very quickly. You may find that there's an argument here because sometimes this Knight of Swords in the reverse can be like an explosion of like everything that you've been thinking, everything you've been feeling. You just say it and leave, and then you're just done. You know what I mean? And you're like, okay, I said everything I need to say. It's just done. I'm over it. I don't feel bad about it. This person absolutely deserved what I said. This to me is literally this is like so heavy, it's like you throwing all of this weight off your shoulders and you not caring about the aftermath, you saying everything that needs to be said, and you not caring if this person ever speaks to you again, because you don't want to save this isn't anything that I feel like you're trying to salvage at this time. In your mind, it's just like, this just needs to be done, and I'm just going to say everything that I've been thinking about. And if this person hates me, so be it, because I don't want to keep playing this game. I don't even give a shit anymore, right? I'm just so done with this. There's got to be something better than this, right? I feel like you'll block somebody this month, because you're just like, I'm going to start over. I literally will tear this whole place to the ground if it means that I can have some peace and I can be on my own and finally start putting myself first and showing up for myself in a way that encourages other people to give me what I deserve, right? You may even be thinking about trying to figure out what happened to that other option, it looks like, because even though this is the choice you made, I don't feel like that other person ever left your mind. So I'm seeing the possibility of you spending a lot of time with people who seem healthier or people who will support you in your decisions. And it also looks like you may be messaging someone this month, or at least thinking about reaching out to someone at the very least. You could be trying to find out information like, where did this person go? Did their number change? Do they even still want to hear from me? Okay. So this is a very big month, with this moon energy so heavily, 7 of Cups and 9 of Wands, with this moon energy so heavy, and then the World and the 9 of Wands. It just feels like this has been something where you've been seeing it, but it's never really been what you saw. You know what I'm saying? It's never really been what you perceived it to be. And I feel like now you're just kind of in the thick of it. It might feel like you're going through a dark night of the soul situation. So I'm sending you all so much love and support. If this is something that you're going through, it's not easy to restructure your life. You get what I mean? Because that's what you're doing. You're literally going within and figuring out, like, why do I put myself in situations like this? Why don't I think I deserve better? Why am I settling, and why do I keep showing up for people that don't seem like they care about me, right? So I'm going to pull some cards in the extended reading because I want to get a feel for the future after you do this. This kind of exit stage left is what this looks like very abruptly. Let's take a look at what will happen as a result of you making this decision. And then I'm going to take a look at opportunities, obstacles, advice, for you. We're going to see all kinds of stuff. So just follow me over to the extended reading. The link is in the description box below, and I'll put the preview after this video. Bye. Their option that you didn't pick showed you something about yourself that at the time you didn't believe about yourself. And maybe that's why you were repelled, from that connection. So I don't want you to get discouraged, because I'm seeing that if you try to go back to this situation, it's going to look different than how you left it. Could be that that person has moved on with someone else. Could just be that that person is not interested in a relationship at this time, or they haven't seen the new side of you yet. So they're perceiving this as like an attempt to suck them back in or to, play games. And so they may not be making themselves available to you. But I feel like for you, that might put you in a space of feeling like you made the wrong choice to start going after what you want. And so there's a possibility that you might kind of move backwards